Welcome back to the sofa. So I had an email from Mark asking me to call in for some advice about a car that he's purchased from a second-hand car dealer. So whilst I can't generally ring you and give you off-the-hoof advice because that would be unprofessional, I would need to be instructed for formal advice. I thought I would do a video instead for some general guidance to any of you that might find yourself in this position. So Mark bought this vehicle from a second-hand car dealer and a couple of days later noticed that there's some problems with it. The only problem is the dealer has gone quiet, as in they are closed and nobody is in sight, and there are serious issues with the car. Now, dealing with two issues, first of all, issues with the car and consumer rights, and then the dealer and what to do about it. First of all, if the vehicle has been purchased, it's got to be fit for purpose and it's got to be as described and it's got to be of satisfactory quality. Now, being a second-hand car, you've got to take with it the wear and tear factor of a car that is not brand new, but it still should be roadworthy because it's actually a criminal offence for anybody to sell or even offer to sell a vehicle that is not roadworthy. So all of the consumer rights will kick in because the car dealer is a trader for the purposes of the Act, and Mark is a consumer for the purposes of the Act. Therefore, Mark has the right to reject the vehicle within the first 30 days because it's not of satisfactory quality. That's the right under the Consumer Rights Act to enforce those terms implied into the contract by the Act and return it to the dealer. That's the legal position as far as the vehicle is concerned. As for the trader, because the trader appears to have gone dark, Mark now needs to look into the trader and find out who the proprietor is. Is it a sole trader business? Is it a limited company? It might even be a partnership. The best idea would be to take the address, punch that into Google, try to see if that pulls up any kind of address for the registered company, registered office, then directors of the company, which you can find on Companies House. Obviously starting with the name of the dealer and the address in combination. Ideally, the name of the person that you dealt with when you bought the vehicle, because that might be a good starting point to find out who is the proprietor of this business, and then go through all of those avenues to try and find out who it is that you might have to sue if you want the money back for the vehicle. Another angle might be if, and sensibly, if you paid any part of this on a credit card or by way of a loan that was designated for that vehicle, then the Consumer Credit Act would make the lender jointly and severally liable under what we call a Section 75 claim, because they would join liability with the trader for anything that goes wrong with the vehicle. That is, if you've purchased it by way of some kind of finance. For a loan, generally that needs to be linked to the vehicle, but ideally you'd have used a credit card to pay at least some of it, which will engage it without too much fuss at all. Beyond that, you might contact Trading Standards and tell them that this dealer's gone quiet, they've sold a dodgy car as far as you're concerned, and then gone quiet and trying to evade liability. Trading Standards can get involved, they can even prosecute people and directors where they are trading unfairly or to the detriment of consumers, such as Mark here. It's also worth running a check on the vehicle, an HPI check, to ensure that there's no finance outstanding on the vehicle, or that the vehicle hasn't been involved in some kind of collision or insurance write-off that hasn't been declared at the point of sale. All of these things might be relevant if bringing a claim. But ideally, as the House of Lords once said, the only ideal defendant is one that you can locate, bring to court, and then have the means of settling the claim if they are found to be liable. So I hope that was of some use to anyone that's in that position. Please like the video and subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching.